Hey, welcome to the latest episode of the Jordan Shoe Vault. Thanks for checking us out. We're glad that you're here. Let's get into today's shoe. One of the most famous numbers in all of sports is the number 23. When you think of the number 23, most people jump to Michael Jordan. He made it famous. 23 is iconic. I know he wore other numbers, but the number 23 is a pretty iconic number in sports, and it ties back to Michael Jordan. So here we are, 2008. The Air Jordan shoe line has finally gotten to the number 23. And what are they going to do? Something special has to happen for the Air Jordan 23. Wouldn't you agree? So Jordan Brand brought back guru designer Tinker Hatfield to work on the Air Jordan 23. And it's a pretty amazing shoe. And I have here the OG Air Jordan 23 that we're going to take a look at. The box has seen better days, you can see, but I still have the Air Jordan 23. So let's take a look at the shoe. What do you think? All right, first I want to show you this box. It's pretty amazing. This is the black varsity red stealth colorway, but not the normal Jordan box. It's got 23 here. It's got your sizes and everything on that side. Nothing there. But on the top, it's got the Jumpman in white. But if you look, it's kind of embossed, and it's got the stitching all over it. And this is just like the side of the shoe that we're about to see in just a moment. But it's pretty cool looking boxing. Let's take a look. Let's open it up. All right, in here I still have my original receipt from getting these shoes back in 2008. Inside, this is an interesting tissue paper. It's kind of got some different imprints on it. Even on the inside of the box, there is pictures of Michael Jordan's signature all over it. But let's take a look at the shoe. Here it is, the Air Jordan 23. This is the black red stealth colorway. It's pretty light shoe. It's one of my first things I noticed about it. It's very, very light. And Tinker Hatfield, like I said, came back to design it. Now there's lots of cool things on this shoe that you need to know about. This shoe was the first they called it the Nike Considered construction system. What that means was back in 2008, Nike was doing an initiative to build shoes and not use too much of the earth and different things. So they were very conscious about this, reusing items and recycled things to build this shoe. So it was the first shoe that was made under that brand, Nike Considered construction system. But let's take a look. As I talked about earlier, here on the side it's an all knit kind of upper, and it's got that same pattern that was on the front of the box. Now what's this pattern? Well, it's the letters MJ all stitched all over the front and the side of the shoe. It's MJ, and it's also designed to look like a DNA pattern, kind of like, because this shoe inspiration is MJ himself. It's all about him and his impact on the game, and we'll talk about a few more things that show that. But yeah, it's a pretty neat stitched upper, pretty cool. It gets into this quilted booty system that they have here that goes all inside. It's very padded and everything like that inside, but really slick. So the patterns and the construction's pretty neat, one for the other. And it goes back to this like little tab at the back, which I think is somewhat of like a moccasin style. Like it came together, and they show how it's knitted together. But overall, it's a pretty neat looking shoe. Many different colorways have come out for this, but several different, at least I should say. But this is one of the originals. But the other thing I noticed about this Air Jordan 23, it's the lowest of the midsole here. It's like the lowest of the ground. There's a full-length Zoom Air here and a carbon plate here at the bottom, but it sits really low to the ground. If you look at it compared to some of the other Air Jordan models, it's very sleek looking. But like I said before, this is all about the inspiration is Michael Jordan himself. So there's lots of little things that you need to see besides the DNA pattern that MJ here. If you look at the outsole, the bottom of the shoe, it's Michael Jordan's based on his thumbprint. The top, the pattern here, and the bottom. It's all about his thumbprint here on the shoe. And behind the tongue, you see the 23 on this tongue. The other shoe actually has a Jumpman on it. So you see the difference? One has a Jumpman, one has 23. So they're each unique. But behind the tongue, probably can't see this, I'll have to get a shot of it later, is another thumbprint right here in the back, Michael Jordan's thumbprint on the back of the tongue. There, you see it. Now, it moves down. Now, I read about these shoes. Another cool part that they did in the construction here, they use like an automotive paint style, and the process or something like that that they did for this was like an automotive paint style that they have. So it's got this like shiny acrylic kind of thing going on all along the bottom. It's pretty slick. It comes into like this suede kind of tongue that has some ventilation so you can breathe. It was actually a basketball shoe, believe it or not. This is a basketball shoe. But unknown thing, I mean, a very little, you might miss this part, but on the toe cap here, and you have to get in the light to see it, but it's covered with his signature. All around this toe cap area, Michael Jordan's signature there. So pretty neat looking shoe. All in all, it looks really good. Take a look at both of these. I've actually never had these on. See, they still have the shoe horns in them. I've never worn these shoes, but there's a good look at the Jumpman and the 23. I really like these, and just taking these out of the box is a lot lighter than some of the other shoes that have come out recently from Jordan brand. The 33s were kind of heavier, but this shoe was worn by many NBA stars back in the day. 2008, Chris Paul wore them. I believe Ray Allen wore some. Carmelo Anthony, some of the major Jordan players back in the day wore the 23s, and they came out in different colorways. One of the cool things about them when they came out, this colorway came out in 2008 for $185. It's been retroed a few times since. They've done special editions of them, but even back then, the first colorway that came out was limited to 23 pairs, I believe. Or no, it was to 23 locations. That's what it was. It was a titanium colorway, and it just went to 23 locations, and so it was pretty cool that you had to go a little bit more expensive for that. But then they released this, and there was a white pair. But there it is, the Air Jordan 23. What do you think? Someone did ask, do I have this pair in the comments couple videos ago, and I said, yeah, I do, and asked if I could do a review on them. Really, I really like this shoe. First glance, you may not like this kind of pattern on the side, but when you hold it and look at it, I would definitely recommend this for your collection. It is the number 23 in the collection, so it's a special one. Super light, never played in them, so I don't know how they respond, but they were a basketball shoe. So there you have it, the Air Jordan 23. It has been retro, and you may be able to get a pair of OGs like this, or some of the retro pairs on the resale market. I'm not exactly sure what they're going for now, but it's a must-have for any Air Jordan collection, the Air Jordan 23. One of the things I noticed when I was just putting the shoes away, because I honestly haven't taken both shoes out of the box since I purchased them in 2008, is this. I was just putting them back in the box, and obviously I did notice this, and I meant to mention it earlier, but you also have the Jordan thumbprint right inside the box. But I was putting both shoes back in, you have them here, putting both shoes back in the tissue paper, and underneath everything, there's a DVD at the bottom, signed by Tinker Hatfield. And on the DVD, it's like a history of the Air Jordan 23. It talks about it, like everything going into it. But honestly, I had never noticed that DVD was there because I hadn't taken both shoes out of the box until today. So there you have it. I learned something. You learned something today on the Air Jordan Shoe Vault about what's in the bottom of the 23 box. So that makes me think, always look at the bottom of the box. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of the Jordan Shoe Vault. Glad that you're here. While you're here, you need to take a look at some of the other things that are going on. I got a lot of other videos happening, a lot of other things are going on here. We want to make sure that you feel right at home. So leave a comment down here and below. Let us know what you think of what's happening around here. What do you think of the shoes? What do you think of the channel? Just let us know your thoughts and comments. We'd love to hear from you. Also, make sure you subscribe while you're here. Hit the button and subscribe so you don't miss another one of our videos. They don't happen every week, but we want to make sure you get notified when they do. Check out some of the other videos if you haven't seen them. If you click over here, I want you to take a look at the Air Jordan 19. It was just retroed a few weeks ago. You want to take a look at this. It was done special for Carmelo. I reviewed the OG version right here, the Air Jordan 19. Last thing over here, man, I think you may have missed this video, but yeah, I don't know if you saw the Spider-Man movie, but hey, there was an Air Jordan 1 that was released at the same time as the Spider-Man movie. It's called Origin Story. Check a look right here, my thoughts. I have a pair. Take a look, click right here. Hey, thanks for watching.